How great would that be, Joe? If this guy gets a controlling share and fires
yeah.
Dorsey from doing How awesome would that be? It'd be the greatest thing ever. I would love that. Keep your eye on this story. So I know a lot of you out there like me are totally fed up, PO'd, infuriated, which is probably putting it mildly, about the left-wing tech companies, their constant suppression. Not to tell you sob stories because, listen, my life is good. I go to bed every night and thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for every opportunity he's put in front of me. I am not messing with you. He has blessed me with you, and I hope you feel the same way about us. But I definitely feel that way about you. So I'm not complaining here. But we have been targeted pretty ruthlessly by left-wing tech companies. Twitter banned us from running ads, never gave any kind of a reason. We've had issues with other companies as well. Again, not a sob story, but you all know, if you listen to the show, you know what's happened. Well, folks, I've said to you that eventually, and some of you don't like it when I say this, you want a government solution. Fine, I respect your opinion. I disagree. I think the government's only going to make it worse, and the Democrats are going to use it as a formal reason to ban conservatives from these platforms using actual law, which disturbs me deeply. Putting the Democrats in charge of social media, if we get an elected president and a majority of Democrats in the House and the Senate side, should frighten the hell out of all of you, especially with a bunch of liberal judges still out there too. I don't think it's a solution. I get it. Respect your opinion. I've always said to you, I believe the free market is going to find a way, just like we found Fox News. I'll get to this story in a second, but just a little background on that. I will never forget being an instructor at the Secret Service Academy, and one of my classes was graduating, and they had Roger Ailes, who was the former head of Fox, and he came down to speak at the graduation. Someone knew him. I forget how he got down there. But he was talking about the idea for Fox News, and he had this line I will never forget. I heard it right from his mouth. He said, when we thought of Fox News, we said, there's this unserved market in America for media, like actual facts, not propaganda, called 51% of America. And everybody laughed because it was so obvious, like the Fox News model was so obvious, and yet nobody saw it. Like CBS, NBC, ABC, CNN, we're all lying to people for years. People were pissed. Someone finally said, hey, how about we just tell people the truth? And they started Fox. Mm-hmm. Well, folks, the obvious solution to what's going on with left-wing media, as Paula said this morning, it's good to start up alternatives as well. We've seen Parler's one of my sponsors. They're terrific. I'm over there now at Bongino. But one of the great stories I've seen was this one that came up, this little gem from Fox News today by Greg Ree, which will be up in the show notes, and you should really read this. Bongino.com/newsletter if you want it. Greg Ree, billionaire Republican, buys a major Twitter stake, may oust the CEO amid GOP concerns of bias, the report says. Now, it's Paul Singer, who was not really a Trump guy for a while, but has since, I believe, come around, according to people I know. Paul Singer, so to be, full and candid disclosure, but Paul Singer is a very wealthy guy, has bought a major controlling share in Twitter. Now, why does this matter? Ladies and gentlemen, because unlike some other social media companies out there, Twitter only has one class of shares. Meaning if you're wealthy enough, you can buy some outstanding shares of Twitter and eventually over time, depending on your controlling interest, take control of the company. So Again, we have competitors like Parler, which are doing a great job. Again, they're a sponsor, full disclosure, but I was on it before they were a sponsor. I'm at Bongino there. We have a number of competitors to these social media companies coming out there now. And not only that, we have Republicans who are concerned about them buying controlling interests. Ladies and gentlemen, capitalism is slow. Freedom and liberty isn't easy. But I'm telling you, the government solution is not a good one. The markets will eventually find a solution here. It's going to take time, but it's a far better way. How great would that be, Joe? If this guy gets a controlling share and fires Dorsey from doing How awesome would that be? It'd be the greatest thing ever. I would love that. Keep your eye on this story.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 at DBongino.